It looks like we have everybody off mute now. So hello, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. This is the National College of Naprapathic Medicine. I am Dr. Shante Griggs, the president of the college now. We have a very special guest launching our virtual open houses, which are going to be on Thursday evenings from about 6 to 6:30. We want to teach everybody about naprapathy and give more exposure. So I would like to introduce to you all the current president of the American Naprapathic Association, a former president of the National College of Naprapathic Medicine, and I will allow him to also share with you his very broad professional portfolio, which is extremely impressive. So I'm going to stop talking and introduce to you all none other than Dr. Wayne Cichowicz.
Thank you, Madam President. So nice to be here this evening. It's hard to believe that 41 years ago, I graduated from the National College of Naprapathic Medicine. You know, it's interesting how people get into alternative medicine. And I think it's because they have some type of injury or they're experiencing some type of pain, health issue, and that's how they get into alternative health care. I myself was suffering from massive headaches. I had gone everywhere from chiropractic to physical therapy to a pain clinic, the Diamond Pain Clinic. Finally, I went to my own medical doctor who said to me, get off your medication, because I was on a lot of different drugs given to me by an internist. And he said, go see a naprapath. I had no idea what a naprapath was, but on the way home as I was driving, I saw many offices that said naprapathic medicine, one of which was the Cicero Naprapathic Center with Dr. Richard Sedlak and Dr. John DeAngelis. The following morning, I made a phone call to them and I asked to be seen because I was suffering from these massive headaches, which were debilitating. They saw me that afternoon and I came in the office, they did a complete history, they did an examination of my neck, and they put me on the table and they did a very slight stretching of ligaments in my neck. And the whole treatment took probably less than 5 minutes. And he brought me up on the table and he said, I'll see you in a couple of days. And I said, that's it? And this is going to fix my headache? And I left, I paid him, I left and I came home, and that night people asked me, how are you feeling? And I said, well, no headache. The next morning, no headache. And I went to school, I went to college and no headache. And I went back to see Dr. Sedlak on Friday afternoon. And he said, how are you feeling? I said, believe it or not, the headache is gone. I said, how do you do this magic? And what do you do? I was studying to be an eye doctor at the time. I was in college and I was working for an eye doctor, Dr. Theodore Machatka in Cicero. And I was all set to go to optometry school when I changed directions and went down to the National College of Naprapathic Medicine, signed up immediately because I wanted to learn how to do that magic. How could I take pain away so instantly? And I found out that it was due to ligaments, and ligaments being contracted, and we needed to help those ligaments by stretching them and also by having some scar tissue that builds up after an injury, and we must get into those ligaments and release those ligaments, and that's what we do best. You know, back pain, a lot of people think back pain is very complicated, but it really isn't. 90% of back pain is due to mechanical back pain, not even due to pathology. And there are really 3 ligaments in the back that actually contribute to low back pain. And if we as naprapaths go in there and loosen those tight ligaments, we are magicians. People think we're magicians, that we could make magic and fix those backs. You know, it was Dr. Oakley Smith that started the Naprapathic College. He had gone to osteopathic and chiropractic doctors to try to get himself well. And again, as I said earlier, not to reiterate, but that's how people get into these professions. They have pain and they have suffering. And Dr. Oakley Smith actually developed naprapathic medicine, and it's practiced throughout the world. We have naprapaths in Sweden. We have naprapaths in Spain right now, all over the United States. It's a wonderful profession. If someone's interested in becoming your own boss, some doctors like to start later in the morning. Some of us like to get to the office like at 7 o'clock in the morning and be finished by, the afternoon. It's a great profession because you set your own hours, you're your own boss. And the feeling inside of you is that you're helping someone. You're helping someone get better. And there's nothing more than the best high in the world is when someone said, "I'm feeling better." And they're telling you, "I'm feeling better." And you did it with your own hands and your own mind. And that's what you do. The patient comes in, you have to take a complete history on the patient and then take a look at how you're going to fix that patient. Where is the pain coming from? And you have to be a detective. You have to go in there and figure out what's causing that pain. And once you figure that out, then you treat and the patient gets better. So it's a wonderful profession. For 41 years, I've been doing it. And I always tell people the day I say I'm going to work, that's the day I'm retiring, because it's not work. It's a love of what you do. And I tell people, whatever you're going to do, make sure you're going to enjoy it, because you're going to do it for a long time. And I've been doing this 41 years and I totally enjoy every day. Sure, I'm tired. Today I saw over 20 patients, so I'm tired.
Wow.
But I'm all ready to go tomorrow. I'm ready to do it again tomorrow, but I love what I do. I truly love what I do.
Wow. So for the people out there in social media, Facebook land, Instagram, all of the platforms that you can think of, what would you tell them if they were looking to maybe make a career change, or if they didn't know what they wanted to do? And especially in the times of COVID, how would you describe if the profession is essential or not, given the times that we're in? How would you convey that to any prospective students, the importance? Or
well, first of all, I think naprapathic medicine, if you're interested in sports, you're interested in sports medicine, you want to make a career out of helping people and have a variety of therapies that you could do. That's what's so wonderful about this profession, because one person will come in with a low back, another one with a neck injury, shoulder, knee, tendonitis, musculoligamentous condition, and you're able to, treat different conditions throughout the day compared to other doctors, like say an optometrist that is basically refracting and it's better or worse, clear or not clear, 1 or 2, 3 or 4, and that's all they do for all day long. Our field is so wonderful because we're able to use nutrition in treating, and that's so important. When you have a patient that's experiencing a lot of pain, it's not always posture. There's ligaments that are there's injury, and what's going on with that patient, and you have to look at the whole situation. What is their diet? What is their nutrition? What are they eating? Do they need different supplements? Are they eating a lot of sugar and they're not getting well? So then you look at the stress point. They're not working. So if they're not working, they're eating wrong, or they're not exercising. So we have to look at the entire gamut as a naprapathic doctor to see how are they going to get well, because just by loosening up those ligaments isn't going to fix it. It's not going to fix it for good. They have to do a lifestyle change, and they have to eat better or take supplements that's going to make them better. Even with COVID, there was a study out this morning that talked about vitamin D3, 5,000 international units was so important for patients, especially the Hispanic and Black communities, to take in and increase their vitamin D levels, because vitamin D is very, very important.
Yeah, we have a little activity going on in the college.
Yes.
Just some late patients and interns finishing up. So
I see. Yes, that's
yeah.
right. Well, it's a wonderful career for anybody that wants to be your own boss, set your own hours, and do something good for humanity by being a doctor. And I think there's nothing better than I enjoy helping people. And if you want to help people, you want to get them well, and you're interested in medicine, especially sports medicine, sports injuries and rehabilitation, treating cases. I work with Dr. Dave Phillips, and we work with neuropathy patients. Dr. Michael Morgenstern is my partner, who's an orthopedic surgeon. So I glean from his knowledge, he gleans from my knowledge. We work together very, very nicely. I've learned a whole bunch from Dr. Morgenstern, and and I think he's learned a little bit about naprapathy as well, and he's a believer in naprapathic medicine. But we've learned from each other, and I think in the medical community, naprapaths work very well with other healthcare professionals.
I was going to mention that to your point, that I don't like to necessarily say that we're the alternative, because I personally believe naprapathy is complementary to
Absolutely.
just about any medicine that is on the planet, because we work very well with an array of other health practitioners.
I agree with that.
Yeah, so we're not the alternative, we're complementary. We're in addition to whatever it is that you're doing.
Yeah, I would agree with that as well. The only reason I say that alternative, that if people go into massage, is probably because they've had a bad back or they've had a bad neck problem. So they go into those fields, whether it be acupuncture, and I find that more and more do alternative health care because they're suffering from some type of disorder. But absolutely, naprapathic medicine is complementary to regular medicine. And like I said, a lot of naprapaths work with medical doctors, and
Absolutely.
they complement each other, as one is prescribing medication, or maybe there has to be some surgery done. We're there taking a look at those ligaments and muscles and trying to balance them and trying to work on the spine, on connective tissue, stretching of different joints to try to alleviate their disorder.
Wow. So that's certainly a mouthful for people, and they wouldn't have understood, because we're often misconstrued with the naturopath, when you say naprapath, and we are a physical medicine first and foremost. So then when we put people on the table and they go, oh, you're going to touch me or you're going to do something else. So we often find that a lot with the patients. Most of us who've gone through clinic, the interns now, when they are first introduced to naprapathic medicine.
Yeah, I think every healthcare field, whether it be acupuncture, naprapath, naturopathic, doctors, chiropractic, we all have a place in society. And I think we're all there to help patients. And the last time I looked, believe it or not, there's over 200 different types of techniques in treating the body. I mean, so there's over 200 different types of practitioners out there that care for the patient who has various disorders.
Wow, I didn't even know that. Over 200?
Over 200. The last time I checked, over 200, yes.
Wow, okay.
I mean, even in massage, there's so many different forms. There's Rolfing and deep tissue and Swedish. I mean, you can go on and on and on. And in naprapathic medicine, we have to look at the entire patient. The patient, what are they going? Are they under a lot of stress, anxiety? I mean, that plays a big role. The emotion plays a role in how they're going to get well and if they're going to get well. So we kind of do some life coaching when we have that patient in there. We need to direct them. And I often say to my wife, who is, I know, listening right now, she'll say to me, Ann Landers is written all over your forehead, because we sit there when we talk to the patient and they begin to open up, and they're going through a lot of things in their life. They might have lost their job. They might be going through a divorce. They might be having a loss of a child. There's a lot going on in their life. And where does that build up? In their body, into their tissues and their ligaments and tendons and muscles. So, you know, that's the other part of treating, is not only could it be structured, but there's a very small percentage that it's pathological, where it's a disc problem. Very small, maybe 1 or 2% of the patients that come in actually need surgery where it's a herniated disc. Most of the time, it's musculoligamentous condition, muscles and ligaments that are the order. In the back, it's the gluteus medius most of the time, and 3 other ligaments that are in the lower spine that are causing the problem and the pain for that patient.
Wow. So I hope everyone heard that. So you definitely want to make sure that you're following our page. Hit that thumbs up so that you can get all of the notifications whenever we are doing these virtual open houses for the next 6 or 7 weeks. Every Thursday evening from 6 to about 6:45-ish. What we're going to do now, and Dr. Cichowicz, I thank you for your time this evening. Thank you. And we're going to actually switch over into the college now and show everybody just one area of the college, because we have plenty of time. We have 6 sessions, so we'll be able to do different areas. And for all the naprapaths watching, please make sure that you've liked the page, that you're following us, and that you also contact us. We'd like to feature you in one of our virtual open houses as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you all to our very own clinic director. I'm going to turn my video around so that you can see inside.
I heard my name.
Hi, Dr. Boyd.
Hi.
So this is Dr. Mary Ellen Boyd. She is our clinic director at the National College of Naprapathic Medicine and NapMed Pain Clinic. So we're kind of working late this evening. So why don't you introduce yourself to Facebook?
Okay, well, hello, Facebook. So, as Dr. Griggs said, Dr. Mary Ellen Boyd. I graduated in '97, so I've been a naprapath for 23 years and loving every minute of it. And I've been at the college. I came back in 10 years ago to teach, and they hooked me in to do this clinic thing. And now here I am as clinic director.
Still here. And so we're going to do just a brief tour for everyone before we wrap up this evening. So we probably got another, I don't know, 5 minutes or so. Okay. And I'll let you choose. What area would you like to show the viewers for today?
Well, let's go downstairs to our auditorium.
Okay.
To showcase Dr. Oakley Smith.
All right. So that is what we'll do. I'll turn the camera around on me for a hot second. All right, so here, and it's getting a little dark, the days have gotten shorter, so this is our waiting area here. We're in a very cozy storefront in Chicago, the north side of Chicago. All right. And so just follow me down into the auditorium. All right, okay. So I'll have you go ahead so that you can be in the...
Can you see this? Can you tell what this is? The Dr. Oakley Smith Auditorium.
Okay.
And actually, if we come back here to this, this is one of my favorite pictures of Dr. Oakley Smith. So this, we believe, is about 1913, I want to say. You could still see it's the end of the Victorian era, but Dr. Oakley Smith is treating a woman. He had built and designed this table. It's a little bit antiquated, but I'm sure it was comfortable.
Well, I can see some padding.
Yes,
I can
yes,
see
there
some
is
padding.
padding here.
Okay.
But one thing that's unique about naprapathy is we mark the spine. And we test different, and you'll get this on another day, but we
Yes,
test different
absolutely.
areas of the spine and we mark it, and then we see what's going on, and then we treat accordingly.
Okay, all right. And so we have a few minutes left here, and I'll let you just determine what you want to show the audience today.
So we'll come over here. This is the first Naprapathic college, and it was in Chicago. And I believe this one was on North Marshfield. And it's a beautiful building, but that's no longer here. And if I'll show you this picture here, this is one of the first classes. It's the Oakley Smith Chicago School of Naprapathy. And one thing I love about naprapathy is in the very beginning, you have quite a few women as well as men.
Oh, okay. And where would you date this picture?
So let's see, the chart about 1907.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
All right.
And look at this large class we have here.
See if I can zoom in here for you guys. There's such rich history here.
So this is a picture of Dr. Oakley Smith. I call this his awkward stage with the mustache. All the gentlemen have mustaches. But this is when he was still a chiropractor.
Okay.
And Dr. Oakley Smith started out as a chiropractor. And then through self-study and testing, had some questions about chiropractic. And with that, in a nutshell, developed naprapathy. So at this stage, he's still a chiropractor.
Okay.
And this is about 1901.
All right. And so we will definitely have more tours because we have an entire wall on the back. And so, again, we're doing this in 6 sessions. We have a young Oakley Smith here in this photograph. So we'll definitely do more tours of the college. Now I'll turn the camera back around on me. Okay. And so we're going to just go on back upstairs to the waiting area. I thank all of you for tuning in today, and those of you who see the video later, please like and share the video. We want as much exposure as possible about this wonderful profession. We have registration going on now till November 16th is the deadline for students to send in all of their application details for the fall 21 term. So we're going to sign on off today. Thank you guys, and we'll see you next week, same time.